'Cause the king is here to conquer.
Now from Coors Field at the foot of the Rocky Mountains in Denver, Colorado. Diamond Dynasty Baseball on tap tonight. It's the Demons taking on the Machine. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And starting this one, Luis Severino. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Zips it across. Nice play off the bounce for the out. Batting Joe Adell. Severino, he's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. That one outside. Ball one.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and you know he's got the command, be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
Out towards right center field. And that's the third out. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Outside low, and it's 1-1. High fly ball out to left field. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double. Check swing. He held up. Ball one. No outs. Runner on second. Here's a 1-2. Way back there. And it's off the wall. Adell quickly gets it back in as the go-ahead runner pulls up at third. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Julio Rodriguez digs in now. Runner on the go. That's it for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Strike two. And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Stepping in, Eddie Murray. Can't reach it. Should score at least two. The second run scores. It's a two-run single, and they lead by two.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
A bunt, and it's popped up. Marte. And a run scores from third thanks to the infield single. First and second, one out. Here's Joe Adell. Murray, the lead runner, out at second. Castro over at first, so one away. Swinging a foul straight back. got him swinging for the strikeout. Up the middle. Could be extra bases. Murray on his way around third. In comes the run from second.
Wastes no time there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Trout settles underneath it. And the inning is over. Back here at Coors Field. Second inning set to go.
Fell early in this ball game, down by 4 runs. You've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least one an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up.
Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him. So a man at first. So now Pete Alonso at the plate. Alonso, former second-round pick out of the University of Florida.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
This one bashed to left center. On its way, and that one's out of here. He'll touch them all. High fly ball lifted into near right field. One down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Adley Rutschman stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Next offering is fouled back. Severino, a righty that throws with power. 32 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. The 1-2. Two away down.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Gunnar Henderson.
Check swing, but he went too far, and that's strike one. Grounder off the pitcher. Safe at first, and now we'll check on the right-hander. Hope he's all right.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base. It's up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And that's a base hit. So that's two straight two-out hits. Now back in safely at first.
At the plate for the Demons, center fielder Mike.
Here's Trout. First time up, he grounded to third.
Ball inside.
And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Acuna has a beat on it, and that'll do it. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's Acuna.
Right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Hit on the ground to short. Oh, great grab on the dive to first, but it's not in time. Base hit. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Man at second. In the dirt. The next offering misses. 2 balls and a strike. Toss to Alonso. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
Swing and a miss as he was late. One away with a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. Puts a bunt down. Marte slings to first. There for the out. Run comes in on a safety squeeze. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
That's a ball. Aye.
The next pitch misses. Ball 3. Late on that fastball.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
And that is that. Back here in Denver, top half of the 3rd inning, Joe Adell getting ready to hit. And Luis Severino continues. Hit hard, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Rodriguez racing after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. That one inside, and that's ball 1. Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. Better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side or the fans better look out in the stands.
Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. And it goes just foul. Tapped softly on the ground. The throw to first. And there are 2 outs. Jackie Robinson will hit next. Yeah, don't need much damage here. Just a base hit. Likely will score 2.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Left field, way back there. And it is out of here. A 3-run shot. to the right side. And he's out on the tag. That's the third out. Inning over. Back here at Coors Field, digging in, Eddie Murray. That one fouled off.
Well, these guys really producing with runners on. It's been a right place, right time kind of game for them. They put a bunch of runs on the board, thanks in large part to 4 hits with runners in scoring position.
And it's through for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
In the dirt. And no movement on the bases. It's ball 1.
There's certainly added pressure when you're hitting with runners on. So the fact that they've come through so many times in those spots shows me a lot about the makeup of these hitters.
And a 1-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Adele drifts towards it. And there's one down. 1 out, man at first. And next is the designated hitter, Jo Adell. Swinging a ground ball, and that's just foul. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss there. Tied up here in the early going. Ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Aaron, the flip. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A 3-run homer, and it gives them the lead in the third. It's 8-5. Rutschman now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. In the air to left center. Robinson under this one. That's out number 2. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Play made, that ends the inning. Back here in Denver, here's the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson. Hit softly on the ground, left side. Whips it across. 1 pitch and 1 out.
At the plate for the Demons, shortstop Henry Aaron.
Out to short. On the run, sends it over to first.
Out.
Nicely done for the out. So the batting order turns over. Here's Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Well, you got to be careful with this guy. 2 outs, nobody on. He's looking to drive the ball really far. So if you can't get him to chase your pitch, you might just pitch around him a little bit and deal with the guy on deck if you walk him.
2 down, nobody on. Nice grab. Over to first. In the dirt. Great pick. Got him. What? Bottom of the 4th. Here's Jose Ramirez. Strike two.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
In the air to left center. And there's one down.
Next up for Miami, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
That's a ball. Ball, that's upstairs. Hey.
That's a strike. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. Two down, base is empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor. He's 0 for 1.
Ball, that's inside.
Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to.
Oh, that's a strikeout. We go to the top of the fifth. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Adell.
You know, this group of hitters doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
Towards first, Murray. He'll do it himself. One away here in the fifth.
At the plate for San Francisco, the designated hitter, Miguel Cabrera.
Now
No,
one miss.
inside.
And you know, that strikeout total, only 2 so far, really tells you they're not just running into good luck and getting hits to fall.
two.
They're earning those knocks.
This one in the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. That's one of those things where, as a hitter, you kind of feel like you were due for something like that to drop in for you, no matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat as of late. And he just fought it off and dropped it in there perfectly.
Line drive, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
At the
2
plate for
consecutive
San
base hits for these
Francisco,
guys
first
here.
baseman,
Cutter on the
Pete
inside edge of the
Alonso.
plate. That's a tough pitch to handle, but he's...
Now this one is hammered way back there, on its way and gone, and we are tied. Another homer, his second home run of the game. Now the left fielder, Jackie Robinson. Ripped right field, that's back there, that one way back, and it's gone. They do it again, back-to-back homers. His second homer of the night.
Nope. Ball one.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
2 outs, base is empty. Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that is that. Back here at Coors Field, bottom of the inning. Murray digs in now. A new arm into the game. The righty, Trevor Hoffman.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
That's a ball.
Castro in his 7th season, 28 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. Line drive, and that should be extra bases.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Swings through that.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. There's one.
He's out.
So digging in, Ray Durham. He's already homered in this game. Missing inside, and it's 1-0. High fly ball, right field. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here in Denver, all set for the top of the 6th. Henry Aaron digging in now. Back to work, Luis Severino. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. 1 away.
At the plate for San Francisco, center fielder Mike Trout.
Foul ball there.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Adele at the plate now, and that's strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is that. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. That's to 3rd. Sends it across to 1st. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting for the machine, right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr.
Check swing, but he went too far. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. 1 for 3. Swings and misses at 1 down below the zone. Way out front for strike 2.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious, and now in a 2-strike count, he's going to have to wipe.
This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And it's into the bleachers, out of here. Jose Ramirez with a home run the opposite way. And we're starting over.
Now pitching.
Tyler Rogers gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Ball, that's it.
Swings and misses. And the count even 1-1. Next pitch is downstairs. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Got him swinging. Back here at Coors Field, we go to the top of the 7th. Miguel Cabrera getting ready to hit. Out towards right center field. Stretches out and hauls it in. Base hit center field. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That could be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
The 0-2.
Ball, that's out.
And the Polar Bear strikes out. Go-ahead run on base. Jackie Robinson will hit next. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. That catches the outside corner. That is strike 2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Got it.
On to Murray. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's Francisco Lindor.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
In the air out towards right center. Adele gets under it. And there's one down.
And, of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
All tied up here at the bottom of the 7th. Fought off foul. Good job to fight that one off. That misses. Now 1-2.
Ball, that's low.
Stays alive. Comes a 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Now a fly ball to right center. Trout on his horse. 2 away. This is Willie Castro. And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And that one is lifted in the air. Adele moving under this one. And that is the inning. Back here in Denver, the switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Adley Rutschman. Durham on the move. Into the alley. And there's one away. On the ground, right side. Takes it himself. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. And the batter will be the shortstop, Henry Aaron. On the ground, right side. He steps on the bag. They don't come any quicker. 3 pitches. Back here at Coors Field, leading off. Joe Adell. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Jhoan Duran.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
In the air, right field. Adell on the run. And there's one away.
Now batting, left fielder, number 5.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
That's a really good take.
All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And he hits a ground ball right side and a base hit. Can't glove it cleanly.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through.
Runner takes off, pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late.
Base hit, heading for the plate. He scores to tie it up.
Back-to-back singles. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
In the dirt, blocked. Marte. There's one. Over to first.
No, he's safe.
So up next, Jose Ramirez. He's already homered here in this one. Runner on the move. Pitch inside.
Nope, that's the ball.
No throw. He's in there safely.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
High fly ball out towards left field. That one back there, and that's a foul ball. That is the inning. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Mike Trout. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Looking to get the tying run on base. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. right there. And the tying run is on base.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. 112 miles per hour. The ball seemed to...
Trout on the move. Late swing fouled off. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. There's a ball. Throw there. Safe. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Laser to the gap should score the run. Here comes Trout flying around third. He'll score and they've tied it. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Everything came together for him. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. He hasn't wanted to challenge at both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it bangs off the wall. In comes the run from second. And in at second with an RBI double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Next offering is fouled back.
Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
Little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Singy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were, 50 runs scored in the 2 games combined. My scorecard was ugly for that series. Takes it in for the out. 1 down. So now with 1 away and a man at second. Here's Pete Alonso.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And you use like 5 different colors of pens, so like it's just a mosaic over there.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're always judging the different pens. That, you know, I got the skinny scoring pen, and then I have the red, and then the black, and then I got a highlighter. So there is a lot going on. Fair ball. Cabrera rounds third, headed for the plate. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
0-1. And a swing and a miss. Grounds 1 to short, and it's through for a hit. And now 2 aboard.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close.
Now pitching, Craig Kimbrel.
And the batter now, Adley Rutschman. Check swing, he held up. Ball 1.
That's ball 3.
Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's got a chance. And it's off the top of the wall. 1 run across. Here comes Jackie flying around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they're up by 4.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Man at second.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
And he swings through that one. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Henry Aaron, the next. So now a pinch hitter, George Brett, looking for a two-out hit with a runner in scoring position. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top of the ninth. The 1-2. In the dirt, squirts away from Rutschman. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. Man on second, 2 down. That one misses, and the count is filled up. Fights it off. You'll see another. 3-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Trout in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 2 on, 2 outs. Swinging a foul straight back. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him swinging. It's a strike. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Here's the set. Fielder, number 44.
Henry Jansen.
High fly ball, right field. Adele on the run. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Foul ball. 0-1 down. He caught it behind his back to first, and that's a great play for the out. So they're down to their final out. Next is switch hitting first baseman Eddie Murray. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Ground ball right side and foul ball. Ball game. And our final 14-10. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Sciambi.